Hey guys, continuing Iamblichus' Exhortation to Philosophy, chapter 13. This is the end of the chapter. Iamblichus makes a conclusion. He says, because of all these things we've talked about in this chapter, he says, our aim in life should be serving the soul and not serving the body. By serving the soul, he means, first of all, self-control, then study of philosophy, then living philosophically, and that will bring us to wisdom, virtue, and happiness. By serving this body, he says, serving the body is the accumulation of riches, titles, honors, necessities. By necessities, he means things, practical, physical things. And this is very logical. We can see how these things link to the body. And by body, I think he doesn't just mean the physical body. He means this, I think he means this persona of this life. So this Nikolai, for example, whatever that, whatever ideas I associated with this person. And we can see why self-control is becoming important now. Because the society will pull us and will influence and pressure us to develop those things. If we want our family to respect us, we need to develop titles or honors or riches. Half of my family doesn't respect me because I didn't do those things. I didn't become as rich as the other half of my family. So they look at me as a waste. Because for them, richness, wealth, is the most important part. They don't care that I'm a psychologist or anything like this. They care that I am not rich. So they look at me as a degraded human being. Because for them the priority is serving the body. But if we compare our happiness levels, my happiness level with their happiness level, any member from that half of my family, we see that I am much more peace and happiness than they are. Even though I don't have any riches, and I very barely have any necessities, physical things. Why? Because I am experiencing more peace, because of self-control, because of studying philosophy and trying to live philosophically. So this really works. This stuff really works. Yeah. And I'm sure you can think of tons of examples from your life, from just observing the people around, that will confirm this structure. So that's it. Let's do a quick meditation now. You can do any meditation you want while I do mine, just to calm the mind, and we'll finish on that. Okay, so I think self-control is something that we constantly have to exercise and develop. Non-stop, constantly, until maybe until the day we die. Simply because of how the physical environment is structured, how the information channels are structured, in the Western world at least, where we live. We're constantly being stimulated, our senses being stimulated to engage in sense gratification, whether it's a eat a certain meal or drink a certain drink, buy a certain product and so forth. We're constantly being stimulated. There's constant advertisements going on. And remember how senses work. The more we stimulate the senses, the stronger they grow. If you remember one of the previous videos from one of the beginning chapters, where Iamblichus splits the soul into three parts. The desiderative part, which desires. The courageous part, which wants, not wants, which has the energy. And then the reasoning part. And he says those parts are like, the desiderative part is like a monkey and the courageous part is like a lion. If we feed either of those two animals, they become stronger. And because the Western environment, the Western world, is constantly feeding our senses and stimulating it, which is why we constantly have to be on the lookout and controlling our senses, controlling ourselves. If we let go, then the senses become overwhelmed, and then they become stronger and stronger and stronger. And we get more and more desire. We get more and more attached to the things of the physical world. That's how I understand this part. So that's it. Thank you for your time. Click on the video if a video appears now, and continue watching my channel. All the best.